Hello, it is Thursday, one more day till Friday, but in real estate that doesn't really mean anything to us because every day is pretty much a get up and go day. Today I wanted to talk briefly about contingencies. Okay, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Some might think that there isn't really anything good about a contingency offer in real estate, but there are some good things about contingencies. Okay, so what is a contingency? A contingency is a buyer says, I want to buy your home, but I need to sell my house first. So I'm making my offer contingent on selling my house, meaning I can't follow through with the purchase of your house until I sell my house. So the good thing is, potentially in a contingency offer, sometimes people need a little more time and they don't mind waiting for your house to close. More often than not, though, a seller will not accept a contingency offer unless that house is already under contract or actively listed and they have some protection to get out of it. But usually, like as a listing agent, I will tell my client, look, I personally probably wouldn't accept a contingency unless I knew that that house was already under contract. Okay, and through the option period, ideally. Okay, the option period is the unrestricted right to back out period. They can back out for any reason they want, and within that period, it could be 7 days, 10 days, 14 days. Usually it's about 10 days here in Corpus Christi and Houston. But they have the unrestricted right to back out in 10 days. So I tell my clients, if there's a buyer wanting to buy your house with a contingency, then we want to make sure they're through that option period where the buyer on their property has already done their inspections, already okayed everything, they've negotiated repairs or whatever they needed to negotiate, and they're moving forward. Okay, so that's when I usually suggest it. Now, I had a situation recently where some people were selling their home. They had three different offers, and all those offers fell out, and they were trying to go look at property and go try to put offers on properties, and they were getting frustrated. They weren't getting their offers accepted, and the offers on their house backed out. So don't go try to put offers in on another property when you're selling your house as a contingency until you pretty much know that your buyer's not backing out those first 7 to 10 days. Okay, take a deep breath. Wait to make sure you get through your option period. Once your house is under contract, make sure you get through that option period and then go look at homes. Okay. Another thing is, the bad thing is, it's a little more risky, right? Because now you're not just waiting on a bank to finance your house. You have to make sure another house is sold and nothing falls through on their buyer before they can buy your house with their lender, right? So there's more moving parts. So it's a little more tricky. And if the real estate agent isn't good, you know, it could be pretty messy. I have to say, due to my experience and stuff, by God's grace, I think I had 4 contingent offers for buyers accepted this year. And that's like crazy with our market as hot as it was. Getting contingency offers accepted was insane. My clients bid high, they bid strong. I coached them well, and they listened and they did what they had to do, and they got homes that they shouldn't have gotten really in this market. And in addition to that, by God's grace, the real estate agent that you have is reputable and has a good reputation, because honestly, the contingency offers had a lot to do with my relationship with other agents in the area. Okay, because they know they can trust me. They know that I bring qualified buyers that will follow through. I'm not perfect, but you know, I do have a reputation now after, gosh, almost 10 years in Corpus Christi in real estate. So the ugly is when the buyer doesn't work out on the purchase of your buyer's property, and now everybody's in trouble because nobody has a sale. The buyers on your property now have to find another buyer on their property, and the question you got to ask yourself is, how long do I want to wait for this buyer to get another buyer? And now if you put a contract on another house, you could lose that house, and then you lose your earnest money and your option money. So you've got to tread forward carefully and cautiously with confidence once you know that you're solid. You know, have a good coach, have a good real estate agent, but contingencies can be okay. I'm not against them. I'm not opposed to them. but you want to know how to walk through it to have, so that you can ideally be successful with that contingency transaction. Okay. When the house shows as contingent here in Corpus Christi, it means that another thing can happen. It means we're waiting for you to sell your house so that you can close on ours, and we're going to continue showing it. So if someone else comes along that says, hey, we like your house for this amount and we're going to close in 30 days, and they're not contingent, well, guess what? You can give the current buyer 3 days, 7 days to remove their contingency and buy the home without the sale of their home. Meaning, most people can't do this, but in an ideal situation, they want to sell their home because it's preferable, so they have more cash to put down when they close. But let's say hypothetically they could buy the home without closing on their home, right? So we're saying, look, hopefully you're strong enough to buy the home without selling your home. The challenge is most are not in that situation, and if they take the contingency off and they gamble, you could still be held in that contract for another 2-4 weeks waiting for them to sell. And if they don't, because they removed the contingency even though they still needed the contingency, they were gambling on losing their earnest money, but then you've lost another buyer. So there's a lot of things to consider. So make sure you get the good counsel from an experienced real estate agent. I have nothing against new real estate agents, but I'm telling you, you can watch football all day long. You can watch basketball all day long. You can, watch sports and study sports, but if you don't play it, you won't really fully understand what you need to do and how to do it. So anyway, I'm here for you. And if you're my real estate friends, let's do a good job. Have a good day.